I'm going to pretend that you're sitting right there in that chair. And don't mind the birds and the ghosts, they can't come off. All right, so we're going to sit out here on the deck together and we're going to just have girl talk. And you're looking at what I'm looking at. And because it'd be easier than me try to hold it to my face and then my arm keeps getting tired. So we just going to sit here together and just look around and talk. I don't know where to begin. You dropped a bomb on me. I don't know where to begin. Oh my Lord. You see, I'm going to start out by saying, you see how God works? You see how God works. You know, your husband has arthritis. You told me that little story and how it broke your heart. My husband has arthritis and he's been in the hospital. He's had neck surgery and, you know, and it broke my heart. My husband wobbles sometimes. He has a bad knee, an injured leg, and so sometimes he wobbles too. And my husband, he was married once to a woman who lied and told him that she was pregnant with his baby. But it wasn't his baby. It was his best friend's baby. But see, his best friend, or really good friend, wouldn't want that child, wouldn't want a baby. He wasn't the father type. But my husband, oh, he was the dummy. He was the good guy. And since she messed around with both of them, she just said, you're the one that would fall for this. And he married her and he helped her raise that little boy for several years. And when she realized that she didn't want him anymore, she just went ahead and told him the truth. The whole truth just came out. When I met my husband, and I met him online, a friend of mine was trying to hook me up, and she found him online for me. I had no idea. It was by surprise. And when I met my husband, he was living in his brother's basement with crickets and in a bad state of mind. But that's a long story. But the devastation, wow, it seems like we're going to get a tornado or something. But the devastation that he felt took him so many years to get over because he had such a good relationship with that little boy. And, you know, I can only imagine what you and your husband went through when she walked out. I understand why she walked out. I can relate to it. I do. I understand why she did what she did. I don't agree with it, you know, because when you let people in your life like that, you know, and you get to a place where you feel you have to kick them out. I have had to do that, and I've had that done to me. I understand why she did it, but I wish that she hadn't have done it. I wish that, you know, your relationship with her and your husband could have continued. And I tell you, when people shut you out and they're serious, they shut you out. I mean, they shut you out. It's cold. It's incredible. You know, I've done it. I had to do it. And I guess she felt she had to do it because it was too painful. You know, and the fact that she lives in the same state as I do. Get off. Oh, sorry, it was a bug. Sorry. I wonder if I even know her. You know. Good night. I can't believe that your husband is adopted. That story was just incredible. We're all so connected, and God just uses us to bless one another. And I mean, I didn't know if I was going to cry or put my fist into the wall, when I read what you wrote. Good night, Irene. I did not expect that. But that just shows me God working through us, and how we are all just so different, but yet so much the same. You know, I am against adoption because I was adopted and it was such a failure, you know. Um, and I mean, I don't know. It just, I need to wrap my head around what you told me. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. I was just about to get into the shower when I got the notification, and I checked my email and saw that it was you. And I said, I got to see what she got to say, and I had no idea what I was in for. But I bet you we have a lot more in common than we know. I bet it. I really do. And, I'm sending you my love and my support and hugs. And I am sending your husband my love and support and hugs. You know, um, I did, meet my mother and my sisters and all that. And I understand why I'm the way I am. And, when finally don't feel so lost and all that kind of stuff. But that's another story. But I just want you to know that I feel your pain. As sure as I'm sitting here, I feel your pain, and it's going to stay in my head for a while. You know what I mean? It's going to stick with me, and I'm going to end up praying for you and your husband tonight, and that young lady. And oh my Lord, I am at a loss for words, but yet I have so much to say at the same time. I want to thank you for sharing that with me. I really, really, really do. A lot of good people come from North Carolina. I used to live in Raleigh. I wouldn't set foot down south to save my life. I can't go back down south. Oh my Lord. But I tell you what, some of the nicest people in the world I met was in North Carolina. And I'm telling you, I really am so sorry that something so tragic would happen to such a nice couple such as you and your husband. And I just want you to know that I'm not sure how recent this is, but based on the way that you explained it, if it happened 10 years ago, it sounded like it happened yesterday, when I read it. And I just want you to know that I love you too, and I appreciate you so much, and I'm so glad that we met through this channel. And you are definitely in my prayers, and your husband is too. I pray for your husband's arthritis. I pray for your husband's situation. I pray for your entire household. I don't need to know. Whatever I pray for myself, I pray that for you and your family as well. And I'm sorry that you went through that. I really and truly am, because that is a devastation. But when you said to me, you said, we didn't even check the DNA. That was a red flag. I said, oh Lord, I know where this story is going to end. When you said that you just took her for her word, and you said you didn't even check the DNA. I knew right then and there that there was gonna be a devastation at the end. I could just feel it. But I was hoping not, but I could just feel that was what was going to happen. And I am so sorry. I am so sorry. But that should have been the first thing that you should have done. I wish that you had of. I really, really do. Because if you guys had checked for that DNA straight up front, then there wouldn't have been no pain. There would have been no loss, And the fact that you were so willing to accept her. A lot of wives don't do that. You know, they don't, but, you being where you're at, you know, that Southern hospitality and you being a good Christian woman, no, I can understand why you did. But here up north, it's a different story sometimes. But I am truly sorry, sis. I really am. And I hope that you and I will continue to um, communicate through this channel, from time to time, and as time goes on and stuff, because, I just bet you that you and me and Cherie and Kalani I bet you we all got so much in common. And God puts people together for a reason, and everything that purpose, falls into alignment in due season. And I bet you that that's what's coming on. That's what's coming on. I feel something coming on, and oh Lord, it's hard. Loss is hard, whether it's loved one lost or things that you love that are lost, loss period is just hard. It's devastating to suffer loss of any kind, unless it's weight loss, but other than that, it's rough. It's extremely rough. And I can't reply to that. I can't send you a comment to reply to that. I have to make a video, you know and I just want to say that I love and appreciate you. For you to share so much of that says a lot to me. And you are in my prayers, and your husband is in my prayers, and your husband's brother, he is in my prayers as well. And so you say that to this day he still does not know his mother. Your husband still does not know who his mother is. That's hard. That's hard to swallow. That really is, because he needs to know. If I read that correctly, your husband, he needs to know, because I know the emptiness and the loneliness and the lack of self-identity that you go through when you don't know where you come from and who you look like and who you act like, and things of that nature. And it's rough, and I am so sorry. It's crazy. I'm literally at a loss for words because I'm so dumbfounded. I can't wrap my head around this story that you told. I can't wrap my head around that. That's a Lifetime movie. You know what I'm saying? And it's just and the similarities. It's. My Lord, my Lord. But you know what? It's all right. It's all right, because God is in control, and nothing happens just, out of coincidence. Every single thing happens for a reason, and but I'm just keeping y'all in my prayers. I don't know what that reason is, but in due season, for purposeful reason, you'll know if you don't know already. But I'm just saying, I understand how you feel. I understand how your husband feels, because my husband went through that loss like that, and me being adopted as well. Yeah, I understand. I want you to know that I understand, and I feel you all the way over here. I feel you. So with that being said, I'm just going to keep you all uplifted in prayer. I really am. And I'm just glad that at the end of the day, you two have each other. You two have each other. And you have your home, you have your vehicle, you have your stability. Y'all are together. And y'all went through it together. And God bless you, travel lady. I'm serious. For sticking with him through that whole thing, welcoming her, with just the way that you did, that speaks volumes to me of your character. It really does. I love and appreciate you, and I mean that. And it's going to be all right. And I mean, it is going to be all right. I'm just glad that you two still have each other, and that, your household is still intact. And, you just got to go on, and you got to go on, and you got to move on. And you keep this young lady in your prayers. And you know what? Seriously, travel lady, you never know what God might do. She just may one day come knocking on your door. You just never know. Because God is he's like that. He don't make sense. He don't make sense. His logic is different than ours, above ours. So you just never know what might happen. So you hold on to that, and know that regardless of how that sad situation went, everybody was hurt. Everybody was a victim in that situation. Everybody. No, every single person that involved in that was, a victim in some way. And it's painful. It's really, really painful. But you just got to keep moving on, and try to understand that when she walked out on y'all, it wasn't personal, and it wasn't really against you. But it's like, in my perspective, being in that scenario myself, it's like, I want the real deal, and you're not the real deal. And I can't fake it. I can't pretend, because I'm hurt. I'm so hurt that you are not my real father. I'm so hurt that I have been lied to or misled or what have you. And I can't deal with you right now. I can't see you right now. Because every time I see you, it's just another a puncture in a wound. You know what I'm saying? Every time I look at you, it just reminds me of how I was deceived. It just reminds me of, how painful it is to find out that you're not my real dad after all. I can't deal with y'all. I can't see you. I can't think about you. I can't talk about you. I have to shut you completely out because my heart is broken, and it hurts. And I am almost positive that is what her reasoning was, because I can totally understand it. Not saying that that's the right thing to do, or but she did what she had to do. And it's just unfortunate that everybody ended up being hurt in this situation. I mean, seriously. Oh, my God. The things that you do in life always has some type of domino effect that you may live to never know until you get to that bema seat, until you get to that throne of God where where things are brought to your knowledge and so forth. And and it's devastating to know the things that you did in this life, and you had no inkling of what kind of impact it had on somebody, especially if it's something like really small. So I'm just gonna let you know that I love you, and I appreciate you sharing something so deep and private and personal like that. And my heart is with you. My heart is with your family, your husband. I believe your daughter. My heart is with all of y'all. I'm serious. I mean that. So, thank you for sitting out here on the deck with me. And oh my God, girl. If ever she pops up again, please let me know. I'm serious. Let me know. And I see here, I'm at a loss for words again. But at the same time, I got so much I want to say, but I'm at a loss for words. But this is all about you, and I want to keep it focused on you. I just know that I understand. Know that I understand, and that I feel you. And I feel your husband. I feel y'all. Straight up. So, y'all be encouraged. And remember that no matter what, y'all got each other. And that is the most important thing. You got God and you got each other. You know, everybody else can come and go, but you got each other, and that's what matters. You know, you got each other. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off and get my stinky tail in the shower, and I'm gonna be thinking about you. I'm not gonna lie. I will be in the shower and I'll be washing and shampooing and all that stuff, and I will be thinking about you, and I will be praying, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So you and your husband, your daughter, y'all be blessed, and keep your chin up no matter what, and know that I love and appreciate you, and thank you again for sharing something so sensitive with me. It motivates me, and it encourages me, it inspiring me to not be, you know, afraid to share some of my experiences, you know, because you just don't know what somebody else done been through, you know, and it's crazy, you know. So I'm really considering, you know, opening up a little bit of, you know, from time to time about things that I've been through, you know, and see what the Lord does, and where the Lord will lead things, you know, and I will do it under His unctioning for sure, you know. That way I know nothing go wrong. So, all right, my dear, thank you again for sharing that with me, and I mean that. Good God, I mean that, and I am truly, truly sorry that you had to experience that, you know. But the next time somebody show up on your door saying some mess like that, you go get that before you even say hello. Go get the test. Ain't that something? Ain't that some stuff? Good night, Irene. I ain't lying. All right, well, I'm gonna get out here, and you know, I don't even want to say goodbye to you. It just, I want you to stay sitting here. You know what I'm saying? It's, ooh, I just feel like I don't want to break the connection. I don't want to turn the video off, you know. But I got to do what I got to do, and I don't want to keep you. I'm at 22 minutes, and you know, I just, you're just in my heart. That's all. And your husband is in my heart, and I hope that your husband finds what he needs to find. I hope that he finds out who his mother and father is. I really do. And if he has any sisters and brothers out there, you know, he deserves to know. He deserves to know. And I hope that that he does. That before he transitions out of this life, that he will find out who his family is. And I hope that he has better success than I did. And I really and truly mean that. All right, my dear. So I love you. Mwah, mwah. Kisses to you. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.